What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got the full set list for Double Diamond, that new Digimon TCG set. So it's time to look at all the new green Digimon, and partly we're looking at all the new green Digimon because I'm a bit of a green fanboy, and partly we're looking at all the new green Digimon because there are two new level 6s that we need to be taking a little bit of a look at, and that to me makes it rather exciting indeed. So let's start off with a lovely level 3 Digimon. I should say our translations here are from the lovely folks over at digimoncard.dev, and any translated proxies you might see in this video are going to come from those lovely people as well. So starting off then, we've got, it's just a bucks. It's Bakamon! And we got a fairly standard cost, if free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 2000 power, nothing particularly unusual. But it's got an inheritable skill whereby when you are attacking, if your opponent has 2 or more suspended Digimon, you gain a memory. The thing is that green Digimon, part of what they do is they suspend. That's kind of green's thing. You're going to gain a couple of memory at the same time. There isn't another green level 3 that can do this. So yeah, that sounds pretty gosh darn good to me. We've also got, sticking in level 3s here, a Pomamon. Let's go for Pomamon. Now here we've got a vanilla Digimon with awesome artwork, but no real reason to play it. Free cost to play normally is fine. 1 cost to Digivolve is annoying, level 3s should be free. And 5000 power is higher than average for a level 3, but let's not go crazy here, alright? It's still only 5000 power. Sure, it's high for a level 3, and I will say that it is out of range of a Volcanic Dramon, which will delete this and all the other 4000 power or lower, and it is out of range of a Shine Greymon that will lower power by 4000 unless Shine Greymon activates twice against this Digimon. So, fine, there are a couple of reasons to play it, but quite frankly, we've got other Digimon we can play instead. Seriously, we've got like Lilimon, who is a 2 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, but you're not going to Digivolve, and you've still got 5000 power, and that's not the only green with this stat line, so frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I will ever play this card under any circumstances. It's just not good. But how about a lovely dinosaur? How about Parasaurmon? Now, this again is a vanilla Digimon, and we've got a 3 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 5000 power. And here, I am looking at the 3 cost to play normally, because that is a level 4, but it's got the play cost of a level 3. And I am down with that. Now, incidentally, we have seen Troimon in BT4, great legend, and that is 1 cost to Digivolve rather than 2, and it is 3000 power rather than 5000 power. If I'm going for artwork, I am definitely going Parasaurmon here, but honestly, again, 5000 power still isn't high, so for the lower evolution cost, I still think I'd go Troimon here before I'd go Parasaurmon. I am sorry. Now, moving over into level 5s here, we've got Toro Piamon. Yeah, I don't know the pronunciation of this perfectly. I'm doing my best. But Toro Piamon here, what we've got is a level 5, 5 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 6000 power. And for what it's worth, if we're looking at a level 5 that is a 5 cost to play normally, that's cheap. It's not the only one we've seen, but it is pretty cheap. For what it's worth, we do have Skull Scorpiomon in BT4, which is also a 2 cost to Digivolve, so if you are going for cost, that is still the better option. But we have an inheritable skill. When you are attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 power or less. Cool. This is actually a nice inheritable skill. You get to rest an opponent's Digimon when you are attacking, and I do like that. Unfortunately, I don't like it as much as I like Lilimon. Lilimon is a level 5 that rests or suspends one of your opponent's Digimon without blocker, of any power, as long as they don't have blocker. The thing is, we've got cheaper options at level 5, certainly in terms of Digivolving, and we've got, as far as I'm concerned, this skill but better in Lilimon. So, if you want this skill on a cheap to hard cast Digimon, I like it, but I don't think it's anything particularly special. But there is another level 5 we can take a little bit of a look at here. It is Antmon. Now here we've got 8 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 8,000 power. So slightly on the more expensive side, slightly on the more powerful side. Nothing particularly over the top. But we do have a skill. On your turn, once during your turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, unsuspend it. And this to me seems like a real hidden gem of a card. Yeah, fine, it's a little bit expensive, but that 8,000 power means that you are more powerful than your average level 5. Which is huge, because it means most of the time you should expect that you can delete a level 5 while surviving. And the first time you do that during your turn, you unsuspend. To put it another way, Antmon should be able to sit there and take out 2 suspended Digimon during your turn. That's cool. Bearing in mind how many options we've got to suspend Digimon when we're playing green, this looks really cool to me. I don't know if it's a game-breaking card, and I don't know how many green decks are going to play it, because green decks do generally tend towards the cheap Digivolution that so many level 5s offer, but I'll tell you this is cool. Taking out 2 suspended Digimon every turn, yeah, that is something I could get behind. Now, I did promise you 2 new level 6s in this video, and I absolutely intend to deliver. We've got Eldradamon. There we go. Now, this is another one of those Digimon that makes me want to play green forever, purely based on the artwork. Some of these designs are absolutely phenomenal. Now, in terms of stats, everything is just a tad bit higher than it should be. 12 cost to play normally, 4 cost to Digivolve, 12,000 power, as opposed to the usual 11, 3, 11. But we've got security attack +1. Okay, fine. It's okay. It's a level 6 with security attack +1. That's not stunning. We've seen a million Digimon over the life of this game so far that get extra security attack. It's a nice bonus, but it's not particularly a reason to play the card. Argamon can have extra security attack. Mega Gargamon can have extra security attack. It's cool, but it's not making me want to rush out and play the card. The second skill, however, absolutely is making me want to rush out and play the card. For green decks, this does look like an absolute game changer, and no, I don't think I'm exaggerating, not even a little bit. What the skill says here is that during your opponent's turn, your opponent's effects cannot reduce this Digimon's power. Brilliant. I've already mentioned Shine Greymon in this particular video, but the fact of the matter is that this is what yellow Digimon do. They lower power. We see that Slash Angemon still sees a bunch of power. Lowers power when it comes in. And once we hit BT5, it's all going to really kick off, because we're going to see just absolute spamming of cards like Nightmon, for instance. It is one of the things that yellow decks love to do. It is basically the special skill of yellow decks. Starmons is another good example. And what you're telling me here is I can have a Digimon that is immune to that? Yes. I absolutely want it. Well, the metagame the way it is over in Japan at the moment, one of the very best things that you can do is stop your opponent reducing your power. This stops your opponent reducing your power. To be perfectly blunt, in the format we're in at the moment, with the metagame that we've got, with all of these yellow Digimon running around doing what these yellow Digimon are doing, this is brilliant. absolutely brilliant. This one has a real chance, and now you've got security attack +1, but on a Digimon that counters, or at least is protected from, all of these yellow Digimon. Yeah. I mean, this is a between 4 and 5 Wossie card. We don't give half Wossies. That would be barbaric. This is one that I think has a real chance to be real good. And it's a metagame call, I think, a lot. Without these yellow decks running around, maybe it's not as good. But these yellow decks are running around, so maybe it is as good. And then finishing off then with Ancient Troimon. And you can see how this Digimon got the name that it did. Now, we've got a 13 cost to play normally, which is fairly high, very high. 5 cost to Digivolve, which is very high, 13,000 power. So everything here is too higher than we would expect. 13 instead of 11, 5 instead of 3, 13 instead of 11. So something must be going on here to make this Digimon think it can demand this of us. Well, on your opponent's turn, when an opponent's Digimon attacks, you may suspend up to 2 of their Digimon without blocker. So yes, that is a phenomenal skill. Essentially, your opponent attacks, they suspend that Digimon, they can't attack with it again. But now, again, against all these black decks with blocker, it's not going to work. But now, if your opponent attacks with 1 Digimon, they've basically got to give up attacking with 2 others. I cannot be the only one that thinks that sounds kind of amazing. It doesn't work against blockers, that is a little bit sad, but it does work against everybody else. This really has the potential to be a game-changing card. The idea that your opponent attacks with 1 Digimon, but actually that counts as 3 of their attacks for the turn, yes. Not to mention, of course, that Digimon unsuspend at the start of your opponent's turn, so those Digimon will then be suspended coming into your turn unless they've got reboot, which means they are then fair game to be attacked. So it's not just that you're stopping your opponent attacking with 2 of their Digimon, though you are, and that's brilliant. It is also the fact that you are then able to take out those Digimon on your turn. I mean, come on. This sounds awesome. Oh yeah, and on deletion, you may play a green level 4 or lower Digimon with hybrid in its form from your hand without paying its memory cost. Yes. Absolutely yes. This is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's an amazing Digimon that rests or suspends 2 of your opponent's Digimon when 1 of them attacks, and then when your opponent finally gets rid of it, when they finally take it down, you get to play a free level 4 Digimon with hybrid. For what it's worth, we basically have 2 options here in terms of level 4 with hybrid. They are both in this set. We've got Arbamon and we've got Petaldramon. So these are options. If you're looking for those hybrid Digimon, they're the ones that you want to be aiming towards. Cool. I mean, this is a 5 Wossie card. This is absolute, hands down, slam dunk 5 Wossie card. This is an absolutely over-the-top, ridiculous, borderline broken 5 Wossie card. It is awesome. Like, genuinely, legitimately awesome. I'm a little bit in love, ladies and gentlemen. Could you tell? So there we go. Those are all the new green Digimon, the ones we hadn't talked about previously. Of course, if you think I've missed one, let me know in the comment section. I will happily come back to it. We've got some awesome art, and we got some interesting cards, but both of these level 6s to me come out and announce themselves as really, really interesting cards. Not to mention that Antmon that's kind of spicy as well. So that's what I think about all of these new Digimon, ladies and gentlemen, but I would like to know what you think about all of these new Digimon, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossie Plays.